We've had some great guests in the Six Music studio over the last couple of days here at Glastonbury Festival, but I'm personally thrilled to mention, some absolute legends. It's an overused word, but entirely applicable to the people who are performing right now from Pentangle. Please welcome Jackie McShee and Bert Jansch to the show. How are you?
Hi, yeah.
You well?
Pretty good, thank you, Laverne.
Pretty good. Now listen, I can't believe that this is your first Glastonbury, but it is, right?
Yes.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's... I don't normally play festivals myself.
Really? But you're not a festival fan? How come?
You know, it's open air. I always find playing music in the open air and it disappears somehow.
It kind of gets lost a bit.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I guess with folk music, you know, we kind of think of it as pastoral and there's, you know, there's that quality to it. But of course, Pentangle, not. You're kind of part of the London folk scene, right? Yeah. When you got together, St John's Wood, you lived in, is that right?
I didn't. You did, didn't you? You lived up that way.
Me and John, we lived in...
I bet you, John Rainbow says, was quite an interesting house in that period, was it?
Yes. Oh, that's Somali Road, that's in Kilburn.
Okay, right.
Yeah. There are quite a few.
So listen, Pentangle, you split up back in 1973 and of course got back together for the Folk Awards in 2008.
Yeah.
So how much action has there been between then and now, between 2008 now? How much of a band do you feel at the moment?
Well, actually, it's been a bit for myself, but I've had some bad health in the last 2 years, which has taken up most of that time.
Yeah, sorry to hear
so
that.
The band's actually, suffered because of it, So, but now it's got together. We're back on,
And you're doing a few shows over the next few days and a few weeks, is that right?
Yeah.
What were you playing here? Where else?
Well, at the end of July, we're at the Cambridge Folk Festival, and on the 1st of August, we're at the Royal Festival Hall.
Well, swoo, I believe, is the words we would use about that. What can people expect from the set? Is it going to be, I mean, you're up on, I think, the acoustic stage today.
Yes.
Are we going to get a little foretaste of the Festival Hall set? Or Royal Festival Hall set?
It'll be just the stuff that we've always been doing.
Yeah.
But I have to say, we've been working on some new material.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We won't be doing it today. We're not ready yet.
But maybe heading back into the studio.
Yeah.
How does it work between you when you write? When you know?
Well, it's a lot easier than it was before.
Yeah, because you've got MP3s and all this kind of stuff.
You don't have to be physically together. You can actually,
it's
communicate so fast over the internet.
I mean, John's up in the Borders, Bert's in London, I'm in Surrey, Terry's in Menorca. It's and Dan's in Hertfordshire, and it's quite difficult for us all to get together, really.
Yeah.
So it's easy, just CDs and work like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we think of Glastonbury and folk music as they both came out of the kind of same period, and the free festival movement. Obviously, Glastonbury is a massive event now, but do you think it retains some of the spirit of that it shared with the kind of folk scene in that period?
Well, we've only just arrived, but just driving in, I'd say yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it's good-natured. People are, they're smiling even though they're covered in mud, and they all seem to be having a good time. As I was driving in, I was watching everybody, and I didn't see anyone looking that grumpy.
No,
so it was
despite
actually,
the mud.
Yeah, it's just a nice atmosphere, and it was always like that then. It was, easy going,
a
bit laid back.
What it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's a massive folk revival going on at the moment, but you mentioned Fleet Foxes just during the track there. We were talking about that. Mumford & Sons are playing, Laura Marling's playing the Pyramid Stage tomorrow. What do you think of that's going on? Why is that happening again, do you reckon?
I'm not sure. My son does DJing. He's a sound engineer. My daughter's boyfriend was here playing last night.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Who was he playing with?
He's a DJ. He does dub stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dubstep and everything?
Yeah.
Cool.
His name's N-Type. And I look at that, and I think, although that's still a big thing, I think a lot of people want to get back to the acoustic side of things. That's how it seems to me.
And do you kind of think, I mean, do you listen to that, and how do you feel when, I mean, you're a fan of Fleet Foxes, are you?
I gave them the award for Best Live Band for Mojo Award a couple of years just before I got ill.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd actually met them. Since then, I've heard quite a bit of the music.
Yeah.
And I've met the whole family as well, mums and dads and everything.
And you're kind of quite into it. So you think that's a good thing that people are kind of playing that music again and embracing it.
Well, it's always surprising me myself, that I meet young people who are obviously not of my generation, and yet they're coming back round to the music I was listening to.
Yeah.
Jackson C. Frank, for instance. I mean, Fleet Foxes were doing Blues Run the Game, which is like fantastic,
So, that's great. They must feel pretty excited to get this the stamp of approval from you. That's brilliant.
Fantastic.
Well, listen, we wish you all the best with the upcoming shows and have a wonderful Glastonbury. You're going to be straight out, you were saying, Jackie.
I think that's what we've been told. The Sergeant Major spoke, and that's it.
Who's this Sergeant Major? Get him in here.
No, he's the tour manager.
Oh, the TM. We're having all sorts of trouble with TMs. There's one who has arrived on site, having lost one of the headline acts for tonight. Big Boy is somewhere in London. His tour manager's on the way to the festival. Nobody knows where he is. That's what we're hearing. So if you want to watch those, you want to watch them. Listen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Lauren.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Pentangle, Bert Jansch and Jackie McShee on 6 Music.